Joe Rogan is officially turned into a Karen?
I love the system.
Why?
I can now remove
Tom Papa, welcome to Real America.
Not chewing a
I'm
piece
glad
of
you've
gum.
gotten out of your liberal hidey hole. you come here where you can eat at a real restaurant.
It feels the same.
Does it?
Yeah.
What do you mean it feels the same?
It feels the same. I went to a restaurant and, you know, is that what real life is now?
It feels the
Restaurant or
same-
not a restaurant?
It feels the same where? As it does in L.A.?
Just walking around.
L.A. feels the same as this place?
Kinda.
That's not what you were just saying before we got on the air. What are you, a fucking propagandist? Well, the guy comes here.
No,
He's
I'll tell
so
you what the difference
different
is.
off air. Yeah, but it's not based on reality. It's not wise. It's not healthy.
Well, the
Trump's
reality-
74 and he's fat and he kicked it in 4 days.
Yeah, but
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
what did they?
Oh my God. Is he actually this person? Stop. Stop, dude. Really? Oh, come on. He's not one of these fucking dipshits now who, like, unironically believes that, like, COVID is not that big of a deal. Yeah. If you have literally the best... Hey, guys, do you want to beat COVID? Well, let me tell you. Have access to the top fucking minds on the planet, okay? Get helicoptered into one of the best hospitals on the fucking planet. Get your own personal king suite. Get round the clock care, get round the clock medical care, okay?
Pervert.
Like 8 doctors taking care of you and every step of the way, every step of the moment, all right? Get pumped full of fucking steroids and experimental drugs that aren't currently available. Be the only person on the planet who has experimental Regeneron monoclonal antibodies while also simultaneously getting dexamethasone, while also simultaneously getting remdesivir. Literally the only person on the planet that has all 3 of those treatments at the same time injected into your body. Get flown back into your White House,
I love
your
the
expensive
system. I
mansion
can
that
now
people
remove the
paid
tinfoil
for.
hat.
And
Don't
guess
talk so
what?
fast, I am
COVID
trying
is
to
just...
write down these
You can get
instructions
over
to
it,
fix
dude.
COVID.
You can fucking get over it, dude. It's so easy. I mean, come on. Listen. Joe, I know you're a fucking ape. I get it. You're an ape. But goddamn, like, this is next level ape shit, dude.
They gave him everything. He's the
But-
president of the United States.
But it works. They have a thing. If you give them everything, it
Yeah,
works.
sure,
it works
but-
for fat old guys.
Yeah, but he's getting stuff that's very different from what you would get just walking into urgent care in Encino.
Don't go to urgent care in Encino. Go to Cedar Sinai. They'll hook you up with whatever he's got.
Yeah.
Do you think like? Is he getting things that you can't get?
Yes.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
are you
yeah.
sure?
You're literally upset that the virus isn't as deadly as you'd hope. What kind of sick are you? What's wrong with you? Wait, what?
Excuse me.
Is that
I'm
what you
sorry.
got out of that?
I'm out of
You
control. I
fucking
apologize for
brain
that.
dead moron?
Please unban me, Ajahn. I got
No,
banned for saying suck
the
my
issue with
conservatives.
Donald Trump and the way he's handled coronavirus is the misinformation that he is literally telegraphing to the ape-brained dipshits like Joe Rogan, okay? You don't just get COVID and get better in 3 days, and it's not that big of a deal, especially if you're 74 fucking years old. The only reason why Donald Trump was able to get through it as easily as he did was because of the things that I just mentioned. Yo, there's some Pogaroo Andy content over here, dude. You guys are giving me a lot. All right, let's
How do
watch.
you know that?
100%, because the first thing is a trial drug that hasn't been approved yet. They're not just handing that out at Cedars.
Is that the
The
what
first
is-
thing.
That's remdesivir?
No,
Did I say that?
no, everyone can get that.
Remdesivir.
Remdesivir.
Anyone can get that.
Anyone can get
And then
remdesivir.
what is the other stuff they gave
But the
him?
other thing he got was like the plasma-related
Right.
therapy.
You can't get that everywhere.
No,
Why can't you?
because you're not the president of the United
Or
States.
maybe the liberal media.
I don't understand why you just saw a staff member yeet someone off the platform in front of your fucking eyes after I banned them, and you think this is a good time to bait. Like, you just saw that they're in here, okay? And now you're, like, literally writing idiotic things in the chat. Like, what do you want? Are you that desperate for attention that you, like, are willing to risk getting permanently fucking banned?
You can't get that everywhere.
No,
Why can't you?
because you're not the president of the United
Or
States.
maybe the liberal media is trying to keep that from you so that you stay sick so that they can get Biden into the White House. Ever think
No. He's
about that?
All right,
he's being sarcastic.
now
right?
wait a second.
Tom Pop.
There's no way. He's being sarcastic. There's no way yeah, he's joking, dude.
This is a deranged
Joe Rogan experience.
Love you.
Well, the
Trump's
reality-
74 and he's fat and he kicked it in 4 days.
Yeah, but
I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
what did they give that guy? They gave him everything. He's the
But-
president of the United States.
But it works. They have a thing. If you give him everything, it
Yeah,
works.
sure,
it works
but-
for fat old guys.
Yeah, but he's getting stuff that's very different from what you would get just walking into urgent care in Encino.
Don't go to urgent care in Encino. Go to Cedar Sinai. They'll hook you up with whatever he's got.
Yeah.
Do you think they like? Is he getting things that you can't get?
Yes.
In all seriousness,
Yeah.
Are you sure? How do you know that?
100%, because the first thing is a trial drug that hasn't been approved yet. They're not just handing that out at Cedars.
is that the
The
what
first
is-
thing.
That's Remdesivir?
No,
How do I say that?
No, everyone can get that.
Remdesivir.
Remdesivir.
Remdesivir. Anyone?
Come on, Jamie. You need to help this fucking ape. Pull that shit up, Jamie. Yo, Jamie, pull that shit up.
Can get that.
Anyone can get
And then
remdesivir.
what is the other stuff they gave
But the
him?
other thing he got was like the plasma-related
Right.
therapy.
You can't get that everywhere.
No.
You think you'll ever be on Joe Rogan? No. I would love to, but it'll never happen. This is why nobody likes you. I know. Dude, I'm so f***ing... You're right. Nobody likes me, dude. It's crazy. I have no friends whatsoever.
No.
Just kidding, bitch. I got 20,000 friends.
His
Suck my
name
dick,
is
Why can't you?
Hasan.
loser.
Because you're not the president of the United
Or
States.
maybe the liberal media is trying to keep that from you so that you stay sick so that they can get Biden into the White House. Ever think about that?
All right, now wait a second. I literally last night, because I literally was like, there's definitely so much confusion because that side is ramping up the fear 100%, making it scarier than it is. So
Yeah,
they
he's
can
being
get him in
sarcastic.
to be president. And the other side is definitely saying from Trump on down, don't worry about this thing. So it makes it look like we did a good job and the economy comes back and all that stuff. So I'm like, this cognitive dissonance, like
This is
what
a
is
deranged
real? What I watched
pervert.
Tucker Carlson, he made sense for a minute, and then I
Oh my god, dude. Liberals are a fucking burden on this planet, dude. Liberals, like even well-intentioned liberals are just such a fucking burden on intellectual thought. My god, dude. Let's just cancel it altogether. Let us legitimately return to Monka. Okay? If you find yourself looking at Tucker Carlson
This
to
is a
make sense of
deranged
the world, my god, you are
Hussy,
so
hussy,
fucking
hussy. I
lost.
love you,
Holy
Hasan.
goddamn shit. Yeah, not to be all Pol Pot here, but fuck me, dude. It is
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
it is a
I'm out of
sad
control. I
state of
apologize for that.
affairs, dude. It's a
Hi, Hasan.
sad state of
I
affairs.
just wanted to
I
say
watched,
thank you.
I watched
After
Anderson.
years, I
He
have
made
been
sense for a
deep
minute,
down a
and I was like, let me
conspiracy
lift
rabbit
off
hole.
into the
It
satellite
made
and
me
let me
ill
just
and
look at the
damaged my very
world.
psyche.
Yeah.
Let me
Thank
see
you
what's
for
happening in
saving me
the
and giving
world
us the nuance
Just
and reasoning
that's
that
not
the world
involved in
needs.
this election.
Hassle.
I love the
Spain,
system. I can now remove the tinfoil hat.
France,
I used
Moscow,
to be a
Thank you,
family
Anonymous.
Richard.
the
I have a
Netherlands,
kettlebell routine,
all opened up a
but his
little too
COVID
much,
takes are so
and now
goddamn
we're
bad
all
it
putting
hurts to watch
restrictions
him.
back. Everything's spiked.
Yeah,
coming
but
back.
if you want to look at other countries, look at Sweden because they opened up completely and they have less cases and now they're back to normal. They have no masks. You go to a bar, no one's. Obviously, it's a smaller country,
smaller country.
Less-
I mean, look,
less people.
Yeah.
They live in different sort of circumstances. They have mostly smaller villages,
right?
other than Stockholm, but
Yeah,
they're fine.
I know. But if you look at Spain and you look at France and you
Right.
look at Moscow, I mean, these places, there's no political agenda in these places. There's no political agenda. It's just they opened up and they said, let's go all open. And the cases skyrocketed, and now they have to like bring it back a little bit. It's this, the virus is a real thing, eating all these extra humans, and you
Eating
know
all these
it's-
extra human. What the fuck? What are you saying? The virus is a real thing. Eating all these extra humans.
Yeah.
What is that?
What do you mean?
What kind of way to describe it is that?
Well,
the
don't you-
virus is
that's
a
how
real
I look
thing.
at it.
Eating all these extra humans.
We have extra humans right now. We have way too many humans.
You can't say it like that.
Well, it's the truth. You know how sometimes you have moss that's growing and it comes.
Ultra PG, I did not get the PO box. Sorry, I'm defending myself in the group chat against Mr. fucking Rod Breslau, who apparently wants to throw away their fucking gamer journalism cred, okay, by claiming that it wasn't Soda and Pluto that
I
like
love the
made it
system.
super
I can
popular
now
in the
remove
United
the
States,
tinfoil hat.
the game Among
Is
Us.
extra human good or bad?
The American people are tired of women.
Just up to the edge of the walkway, and you're like, that looks pretty.
Right.
And then it starts going over onto the brick and starts covering. We are the moss, and we're covering the bricks now, and something's showing up and scaling us back a little bit.
Or there was an experimental virus that they were working on in the Wuhan, what is it, level 4 lab, and it got
He's like, what is he saying? I mean, come on, dude. He doesn't believe any of this. All right, please stop.
out. Sweden,
Do you
which
think that's where it
refused
came
COVID
from?
lockdown, says restrictions will remain for at least another year. Yeah, but the restrictions are very different. The restrictions are for really large gatherings, but you can go to restaurants, you can go to bars, you can go to all those places.
but there's still restrictions. The virus is a real thing, go all around the planet, and it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be till June, by the way, I heard in Denver.
What do they know? How do they know that in Denver? Are they the people who told you about eating up extra humans? Jesus.
They told me that this pilot was talking to me at the show, and he said his doctor of some note was saying that all of our pandemics have lasted 18 months. Despite what we try to do, restrictions, no restrictions, it runs its course. 18 months is about where the fire starts to subside and you go back to normal. Historically speaking. And this one, and because it's 100 years in between pandemics, nobody's around to like give you lessons from the last one. So we make all the same mistakes. And if you go by that, it's about June from when this virus started. We're talking about June when we're back to normal, which is kind of upsetting, but kind of nice also that you have an end date. You know, it's kind of like, all right, that's annoying. I got to wear masks and do all this stuff and be kind of messed up. But till June, that's kind of nice. I can maybe make some plans. I can make a 4th of July plan.
How many businesses are we going to lose between now and June, though? I think the real issue is people putting restrictions on what people.
Dog. The problem is, even when you unshackle the restrictions, there's still aid that's necessary. There are areas in the country where they've unshackled the fucking restrictions, and people still don't want to go to those places. Partially because they're afraid of getting COVID. Because the doctors are right. You don't just want to unshackle the businesses. What you want is also for the doctors to lie to the poor people so that everyone can run around freely without the fear of getting COVID and potentially dying. That's it. Okay? And for the people who keep saying like, Sweden libtard, Sweden is doing incredibly poorly. They were doing worse than we were until recently when we decided to go balls to the fucking wall and somehow defeat them in the marketplace of COVID. Okay?
I'm gonna follow you right back to mommy.
How can they be so confidently wrong about so much? I mean, they're confident. That's why they're confident as fuck. That's precisely why they're so successful. The problem with Sweden is you have to look at Sweden and comparable countries that are next to Sweden. As far as neighboring countries go, Sweden is doing far worse than all of the other neighboring nations, okay? In deaths per capita. Sweden was doing even worse than America in deaths per capita. They've recently gotten better.
People can and can't do. That's the real problem. Is you're basically giving up your constitutional rights, and there's no real protection for you this way, right? There's no real protection for your business. There's no real protection for your livelihood.
Well,
and even with all this, you're still dealing with other kinds of horrible deaths and other kinds of horrible things that go along with the economic despair.
Sure.
Like how many people are going to die because of drug overdoses?
Or depression
how many people
or
are gonna
suicide.
Die? Yes.
Yeah.
So these have to be factored in too.
Did you read the study of only 7% of lost sales are due to restrictions? 70% is due to people not having faith in the safety. I mean, I can see that. That's why in so many different places, like when they reopened the economy, it's not like fucking people flooded. People certainly still went out a lot more. They went from 0 to 3% of activity. That's still a massive leap, right? But the reason why economic activity hasn't recovered all the way to pre-corona levels is because people are understandably afraid. So your argument isn't just that like, oh, the restrictions are causing the economy to crumble. Your arguments are, I hate that scientists are accurately telling us to be careful about COVID. Put this video off and put on the Daily Show with Rutger Bregman. It's almost 1 o'clock at night in Amsterdam, so I want to go to sleep after this, please. What? Like, what the fuck? What? Fuck off, dude.
They totally do, and I really get the feeling like, but there's the middle ground
Right, but
between
the
the
middle-
CNN narrative and this Fox narrative. There's the truth, and I saw it in
I
Portland.
fucking love this community so much. Some of you guys are so insane. Just an absolute insane thing to say. There's like 21,000 people. We're all watching a video. He's like, turn this off right now and turn this other video on because I need to go to sleep and I need you to watch this other video before I go to sleep.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
And
I'm
I
out
saw
of
it in
control. I
Connecticut.
apologize for
I
that.
saw it in Salt Lake
Just
City.
watch
What do you
your
say?
I've
only
performed in
video.
all these
Tech
places.
needs to go deeper
And
undercover.
they are all
Anyone
wearing
on the
masks,
far left or
but
far
their
right
businesses
would know
are
you
open.
from a mile
Yes.
away in that
And
distance.
Well, that's what
Still
we
They're
should have had in
testing.
LA a long time ago.
yes, they're testing. They've got the masks on. They're distancing. Like I ate in restaurants, but it's
Yeah.
limited capacity. I performed in comedy clubs, half capacity.
But here's the thing,
Not just
man.
because of my comedic draw.
I don't think that that's scientific, because there's aerosol. The virus is carried through the air now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime someone says this, I hate to do this, okay? I hate to do like the appeal to authority. But anytime someone starts talking about aerosol, particles, and like they are not an epidemiologist or like a virologist or something, I tune them out. I'm sorry. Because I know for a fact that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you literally are just repeating some idiotic you are repeating what you heard from some chiropractor, okay, that was wearing scrubs, so you thought that chiropractor was a doctor, and you are absolutely just repeating what that chiropractor said on a YouTube video. It's no different than that lady at the march that I went to, the QAnon march that I went to, that was like, do you read? And I said, no, I'm anti-reading, and she started explaining to me how this shit works.
This has pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah.
They used to think it carried through droplets,
Mhm.
which is the reason for the whole 6-foot social distancing space.
Uh-huh.
They don't think that's the case anymore. They think it's airborne.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, all that social distancing stuff is horseshit, because it's
Wait, what? What did he just say? This was July 8th was the last time Nature said there was mounting evidence suggests that coronavirus is airborne, but health advice is not caught up. Does he mean like not fomides? Did he misunderstand?
The American people are tired of women.
Peepo pogo one time, peepo pogo one time, peepo
Is he
pogo
talking
one
about
time,
how
peepo pogo
originally
one
we
time,
thought
peepo
that
pogo
like
one time.
particles could stay on like steel and shit, and therefore you could touch it and then touch your mouth and then get it? Is that what he's mistaking that by saying it's not?
His name is Hasan.
He just literally said it's aerosol.
so if
It's not droplets.
They don't think that's the case anymore.
Like, that's not true, dude.
This has pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah.
They used to think it. Don't think. But here's the thing.
Not just
man.
because of my comedic draw.
I don't think that that's scientific, because there's aerosol. The virus is carried through the air now.
Yeah.
This has pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah.
They used to think it carried through droplets,
Mhm.
which is the reason for the whole 6-foot social distancing space.
Uh-huh.
They don't think that's the case anymore. They think
The reason for us watching an ape spout misinformation isn't it supposed to be entertaining? I think it's pretty entertaining. Circumstances under which airborne transmission of SARS-CoV-2 appears to have occurred include enclosed spaces, prolonged exposure to respiratory particles, according to the CDC. Okay, he's arguing that droplets means not airborne. Yeah, I don't think he understands what he's saying. It's still droplets. That's how it is airborne. And secondly, there's a viral load. Like, the entire purpose of wearing masks is to avoid as many of those fucking particles escaping your mouth and your facial area and like hitting things that you can touch or hitting you directly or hitting the air. Because those particles are what carries the virus. I think this is a little scary to Japanese
Researchers have
supercomputer shows how humidity affects the aerosol spread of
used the Fugaku
coronavirus.
supercomputer to model the emission and flow of virus-like particles from infected people in a variety of indoor environments.
Yeah, bro. Well, wait, does this mean Did they just sneeze on this person? Or is this when they're talking? Because if you blast someone with a sneeze, it's a rip, dude. What the fuck? I mean, luckily, coronavirus sneezing is not like a big symptom. Coughing is worse than that, but coughing is a more common symptom.
Environments.
Hey, sorry, I just sneezed on your face.
Researchers have used the Fugaku supercomputer to model the emission and flow of virus-like particles
Boom!
from infected
Headshot!
people in a variety of indoor environments. Air humidity of lower than 30% resulted in more than double the amount of aerosolized particles compared to levels of 60% or higher. The study also indicated that clear face shields are not as effective as tighter-fitting face masks in preventing the spread of aerosols. Other findings showed the number of singers in choirs, for example, should be limited and spaced out. There has been a growing consensus among health experts that the COVID-19 virus can be spread through the air. The US
They all got their peepees cut. What's happening?
Centers for Disease Control and Prevention revised its guidance this month to say
Watch
that
out, you're going to get COVID after getting your peepee cut. This is why they say wear a fucking mask, you dinguses. I mean, I don't think I have any anti-maskers in my chat, but aerosol equals transmission by droplets. Airborne equals transmission through air without droplets. They now think it's airborne and does not need droplets to transmit. Wait, there's no way. What the wait. Something needs to be the carrier of the fucking virus, dude. It's still droplets. My peepee's not 1 micron, it's at least 3 microns.
It's airborne.
Macron.
So if that's the case, all that social distancing stuff is horseshit because it's in the air.
But not if you're social distanced and have a mask on.
I'm telling you, the social distancing thing doesn't mean anything anymore.
Gotcha.
What they're
Oh, Joe Rogan is saying social distancing doesn't mean anymore. It doesn't mean anything anymore. Never mind, dude. We're learning so much. This is why I like watching Joe Rogan, okay? Because in an effort to clarify some of the things that he is saying and to make sure that we counter his misinformation, which millions of people are going to see, you get to learn things that you previously otherwise might not have known.
So you can be close with a mask, but you're still in a mask.
A lot of these masks have holes in them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a good argument. Like, it's a terrible argument. This is the same argument that Trump makes about, like, oh, people touch their mask. They're not wearing the mask properly. Okay, then you solve it by making sure that people know what kind of fucking mask they should wear.
But
a lot of these masks, like you see these paper masks that people have with the wire, there's an opening in the top, there's openings in the side.
There's a lot of sketchy
I'm not
masks.
saying it's not a good idea to wear a mask and maybe it reduces some of the droplets that go out.
100%.
Maybe. I'm not a scientist, neither are you.
I'm
but
not.
What I am saying is I don't know how...
Okay, first of all, Joe, we know you're not a scientist. But secondly, if you're not a scientist, why the fuck are you saying things right now that are going against what scientists have been saying?
I think what you're getting is you're getting a lot of people that are healthy and they're going out and they don't have it and they're not giving it to anybody because they don't have it and you're getting away with it. And everybody's wearing masks and it's good to be cautious. But I don't necessarily know if you were in a room filled with people who had COVID and unless you had an N95 mask, unless you have a real mask, I don't know if those fucking cloth masks are going to help you.
I think they
Okay,